Hi, this is Sathonan here on the Daily Grind. I'm featuring today Command and Conquer Rivals, which is a rather new game for Android and iOS that I have recently started playing. For the guys at the CNC Rivals Reddit forum, when I speak about the flame tank, because this video is about the flame tanks and how they seem overpowered at low level, I have just started playing. I have been playing for around 8 days or so, ever since the official release. So perhaps the meta is different at the top of the leaderboard, but my point is that the flame tank, when you get to unlock it, players are just not accustomed to dealing with such a unit. And I don't win all my fights since I unlocked the flame tank, but I have a pretty consistent streak, and it's an all or nothing rush. I'm going to include in this video several replays from today. I'm going to start with my first win of the day.
Battlefield control.
My point is really that there is no solid counter to this. I'm going to put this on 2 speed. See, it's pretty much an all or nothing rush. You see here, I start scouting, so I notice he has rocket guys or laser guys, whatever it is the North Army has in this game. And I decide it's so safe that I'm able to directly push for a complete anti-infantry rush. I got the missile, there's my flame tank, he's already got air out, but I already have anti-air, and I just rush the damn thing. It's very little risk. See, he's almost dead. I can send anything towards him and he will lose. Here I decide to stop rushing with the flame tank and go for control. I have so many options available for me. I have so much money saved up from not doing an initial rush that I can just keep pumping and pumping units, and there, by the time he's able to set up a decent counter, I already have another flame tank out. And it does so much damage to the building, to the enemy base, that I win. Just like that. That's my first victory. So it resets to the last one. Well, I have to find my my last GDI. That was that. Okay, 41 minutes ago. So see, this is recent. I just finished playing. I went to check the Reddit. Some guy told me that he can stop the rush with a pitbull. Eventually, in my last replay, I'm gonna face a pitbull. And let's do it. Versus a cane. That I have noticed is excellent versus ground units. So you can ground pound versus a cane general. So again, I start with my scouting. I didn't notice at the time when I was playing that he had 2 harvesters out. So he's obviously going for some tech lab. And that's one of my points. If the tech lab had heavier requirements, I just suspected that he was going to push the shock troopers out, so I got my flame guys out, and we are still tied. but I immediately counter with anti-infantry. I didn't expect that flame tank, and this one is going to be a pretty close game, but still, I got the missile, so we are pretty much tied, so I go for anti-ground. I saw the rock bomb, so I decided to go for heavier air. And still, I can rush him. Now watch. He's got his tower out. But I just ignore him completely, move out of the way, and this is a rush for damage. He's got his flame tank out, and I still won. This unit is stupid at this level. It's stupid. And I lose some. I was genuinely outplayed. This is the next one.
Establishing battlefield control.
Because I'm being repeatedly told that it's just a matter of micromanaging, it's just a matter of outplaying, that level of the units doesn't matter. I think this guy even disconnected, and I didn't even get to the flame tank. I don't remember which. No, it wasn't this one. So I immediately go for his harvesters. Now, he doesn't pull shock troopers out. That's his mistake, but still, I'm gonna get a big advantage. I can just ignore his rocket guys and go for the other harvester. There's my tech lab, and he hasn't been able to push for anything. I'm going to sacrifice my units because I need the population cap to be higher for me. I don't know why he decided to move his harvester from there, but I'm still an advantage. I have anti-air, anti-infantry, and now I have anti-building. And I can just completely ignore his rocket guys. See? Doesn't matter that he has the drones out. I can completely tank that Wolverine. It's not doing any damage. And you will say, well, he made a mistake. What if he doesn't have an Orca? What if he doesn't have Talons? This is the result. There is just not stopping a flame tank at this level. The guy, or the guys that managed to win, had me completely outgunned, like this one. And I'm going to show you my defeats too. There is one where it's the interface that did me in, because on my cellular phone, I'm recording on my cellular phone. It's not perfectly well supported. The interface on my phone is very, very clunky, and it's not a small screen, it's a 6-inch screen, but it has a very odd resolution. I think this guy, no, I lose this one. There is one guy that disconnects. I wasn't able to finish the rush. This one I get genuinely outplayed because I just couldn't deal with the I don't know what those hovering things are called here, but still they are. I never feel the pressure here, and maybe it's because I don't have Wolverines or the spider things don't work so well versus tanks. But still, that one level difference, even if the unit is getting healed, is just too much. So here, more than outplayed, I'm outgunned. I have no effective way of dealing with this kind of farming, and that's the problem of having limited units on your deck. I can say I feel bad about losing this one. Yeah, his deck was better built to deal with mine, but this is a guy that has been playing longer, so of course he has access to better stuff than I do, and I haven't gotten enough cards for upgrading the Scorpion tank, so there's that too. And then there's this one.
Establishing battlefield control.
Some I feel are pretty embarrassing of these losses. The last one, I don't feel bad absolutely. That was the interface messing with me. I tried to click on one tile and somehow my unit got deselected and I wasn't able to move one unit in time. I also don't remember exactly why I lost this one, but this was pretty close, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. I knew from this counter that I was done, but I was still trying to push for the tech lab. And this is another one where I get genuinely outplayed. See my spider tank doing loops on the top of the screen? That's the interface messing with me. And still I get to pull out a flame tank. And I'm still able to hold pretty well. I think it's this one where I'm completely unable to move my units where I want to. Yeah, because I was so very close. So very close. As you can see through the progress of the match, this is a long one, even at 2 speed. I just wasn't able to pull here. It's this one. I was trying to get my spider tank to the top silo, and I just wasn't able to get that spider tank there on time. But it's not a problem with the spider tank. It gives you such a big advantage on the early game when you can rush directly to the flame tank that I think this is my last defeat that I'm able, yes, this is the challenge. It warns me that he has high level units. It's a complete loss, but that's because of the unit's level. Since I'm not able to outplay him and his units do more damage and take more damage, it's way more difficult for me to get a hold of the paths. And I believe it's a pretty good effort defending my harvester there. So I went straight for armor. to deal with these vehicles. But he has way higher units. I mean, that's a level 5 Scorpion versus a level 8 Tic Tank. And I remember, yes, even my Banshees, which are even lower level than the Scorpion tank, they're just unable to deal with this. So I'm not mad at this one, but just goes to show, I mean, look, rank 8 Spider Tank versus a rank 5 Scorpion. There's just no way for me to stop this. So, there's simply no way to outplay this. These units take double damage than man. Just to show. That's a loss that it's almost impossible to turn around. I'm lower level, my units are a lower level, and I don't have access to the units he has. I have the Tic Tank, but I have no way of ranking it to level 8. And I can't know beforehand what he's going to field. But now, I think this is the guy that disconnects. Some guy that didn't even bother. As soon as I pull a Spider Tank, he disconnects.
3, 2, 1.
Just watch.
Mission received.
I'm the guy playing North, obviously.
As he desires.
So for some of the guys on the Reddit forums, because I'm new on that subreddit, that think that I'm just talking out of my ass. I am over 40 years old. I played the original Command & Conquer. I'm not very good at Command & Conquer either. Because back then, some 15 or something years ago, online competition or local area network competition was not very easy to set up. So you pretty much only get this. This is the guy that disconnects. I pull the Spider Tank out and he disconnects because he knows he is already on his way out. Maybe he doesn't have the cards, maybe he doesn't have anti-air. Levels and rank of units was pretty close. But just watch. And I didn't even kill his harvesters. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm aware that this is for mobile. I am aware that the mechanics of the game, even though it's on the Command & Conquer universe, are very different from the computer counterpart. And this game is super fun if you take it at face value. Like, if you play it on the bus, if you play it on the subway, if you play it outside your house, on the cell phone, it's a pretty amazing fun game when both opponents have similar levels, when their units are similarly ranked. And I'm making this video because I just answered to a post where they tell me that they can stop a rank 9 flame tank with a rank 5 pitbull. Now, that's a rank 4 pitbull, that's a rank 5 flame tank, that's a Wolverine, that's a turret, and that's a pitbull. And they couldn't do anything to my rush, if we can call that rush. I call it rush because I go directly to the enemy base and just drop the tank on their faces. This is at double speed and it didn't take 2 minutes to finish this. So, what's this? Did I outplay him? Did I micromanage like a champion? Or are we going to disrespect this player because he couldn't foresee what was coming his way? He's playing by the book. Put a pitbull out, go for the enemy harvester. It's not like he's doing moronic things like a double harvester and doing something else, which is what I did on all these videos. I went for a double harvester and I was just countering the initial rushes and going straight for the flame tank. Some guy forces you to do something else, but the guys that defeated me had higher rank units. They are older players than I am. Inside the game, not I don't mean age, actual age. So what's there? My stats are rather mediocre because I don't sink more than half an hour, 40 minutes in this game, because I'm already too old to be grinding that much on this. I come for my quick fix from nostalgia, and I believe that is important. Younger guys don't know what Command and Conquer is. If you go and check out, I think the last real Command and Conquer was Red Alert 3, and that was what, around 2011, 2012. Let's be generous and say 2013. That's way more recent, but that's 5 years in video games. That's an eternity. That's the entire lifespan of a console. 6 years in computer games. It's a complete age. And here I am, yes, I'm a newer player. I'm just level 13, going to 14. I'm going to show you my roster of units. Just from level, you can infer that I don't have a lot of units. I unlocked the flame tank yesterday, and my win rate immediately went up because I was running the spider tank and the cyborgs. And the cyborgs are pretty stupid too, but there's one thing: the flame tank eats the cyborgs. The rockworm can counter the flame tank, but it's a pretty good trade-off because you are forcing the rockworm to stay near the enemy base to defend it. And I have also run late games where it's only rockworms at my base defending from flame tanks while I'm still rushing with flame tanks. Look, I'm not saying it's impossible to stop. I'm not saying it's a viable strategy at all levels. I'm saying that when you get the flame tank, at the level you get the flame tank, it's a pretty stupid unit. So I have many ways to go. I have yet to get a lot of units and see what the metagame changes, but I'm reading and I'm seeing on videos that even at high rank, at high level, at the top of the leaderboard, there are still units from the lower ranks. So versatility and utility are more important than the cost of actually fielding the units. That's good for metagaming. Because just like in the computer game, the initial rush is important, and having counters for that initial rush, it's also very important, while also having big guns to pull out to finish the game, to break stalemates. Yes. And this is why I keep having fun, but it's very frustrating for new players. I was about to quit a couple of days ago because I keep getting matched with guys that have way higher rank on their units. And that is no fun. The interface is so clunky that you can't order several units at the same time to do different things efficiently. In a real-time strategy game needs you to be able to queue actions. And maybe I'm asking too much of this game. I'm going to show you my GDI. Maybe I'm asking too much for a mobile game. Maybe this is better on a tablet. But what would be certainly stupid if I have to play this on a computer. Because if I have to sit in front of a computer to play this game, I would rather play Command & Conquer 3, either the Tiberium Wars or Kane's Wrath, instead of this. Because I get a whole army with no population cap. Or at least the population cap is way higher. And one of the draws of Command & Conquer was that the population cap is so big that you can actually amass armies. So, if I have to sit on my computer, I wouldn't be playing this. If I have to sit in front of a computer to get the response time and to get rid of the clunkiness, which I suspect is the very weird resolution my cellular phone has, then I will stop playing this, and I wouldn't recommend it to any player. Because if you're interested in a real-time strategy game for your computer, there are way better games. There's StarCraft, there's the original Command & Conquer series, and I believe Tiberium Dawn is getting a remake, and I think one of the Red Alerts, I think the original Red Alert is getting a remake. There's a lot more variety in strategies. There's a lot more freedom on what you have to do, and the counters make more sense on the computer game. So that's my thing. That's my rant about the flame tank for you guys at the Reddit forums. This was Sothonan here on the Daily Grind, in which we all are. And I'm not going to be making a lot of Command & Conquer videos because I'm way behind from the biggest content creators, and I don't have access to all the units and such. But I'm gonna keep playing, and eventually, from time to time, I'm going to update my channel with Command & Conquer Rivals videos. But for the time being, this is just a rant to make a point about the silliness that is the flame tank for the North faction. And as you can see, I'm not precisely a newbie. I have several units leveled up, but they limit how fast you can rank up your epic units, and as such, I think that affects metagame and affects strategies a whole lot, because that's not skill dependent. That depends on your luck, pulling cards out of the crates, and it depends on how much you are willing to spend real life money for pixels. which is something I don't like a lot about mobile gaming. There are quality games for mobile, but I feel that this pay for content and pay to win pricing is just way too much. I will personally pay 10, 15 bucks for a game like this if it was a full game. But that's a discussion for another time. So I bid you farewell and we'll be seeing each other next time. Keep grinding on.